Winter's coming. It's coming. Do you think last fall when I drove myself to the doctor because I wasn't feeling quite right, that I had any idea that he was going to sit across a desk from me and say, "You're terminally ill, you've got 2 months to live"? I had no idea that winter was coming, but it is. Here's the next principle. As Christians, we need to come before winter to the lonely. Recently, our Surgeon General said something very unique for a doctor to say. Strange. He said the United States is facing an epidemic of loneliness. Isn't that a strange thing for a doctor to say? Sociologists differ as to the cause. Some say, well, it's because of the rise of social media. Others say it's the residue of COVID-19. There was a wise old preacher that once said, if you preach to the lonely, you'll never lack for a congregation. Loneliness has been identified as the number one cause for suicide. In the Old Testament, David was running from Saul. He ended up in the cave of Adullam, and he wrote a psalm while he was hiding in that cave. And he said in the psalm, "No man cares for my soul." I wonder how many people in our city could say that. If you walk the streets of any urban city, you'll see lonely people. Even in a crowd of people, there's a sense of isolation. Maybe even here, crowded in this room, there's a sense of loneliness within your life, perhaps. There was a woman in New York City years ago that went on top of one of the expressways, and she had 3 little stair-step preschool children with her, and one by one, very quickly, she threw them off the bridge. There was the sound of squealing tires and brakes and cars stacking up. But when they were all stopped, all 3 children were dead. The police rushed to her. As they loaded her into the police car, she kept saying over and over, they were asking her, why? She kept saying, nobody don't care. Nobody don't care. Our world is filled with people that think that no one cares. And there's not a lot of people that care. That's the honest truth of it. In fact, you may think that no one cares for you. You may think your wife doesn't care anymore. You may think your grown children don't care.